And good morning, both Americas, Australia, good evening, Europe, and Africa, good night, Asia. But I see some Asian judges with us, so welcome. I'm very glad to welcome you at the Unicorn Cup World Finals, and we are starting. Can I have video on, please? Welcome to the Unicorn Cup Finals. We are broadcasting to the live to the whole world. My name is Anna Fedorova and I'm CEO of Unicorn.Events and Chief Partnership Officer of Startup Network, who is the organizer of this truly extraordinary, the world's largest startup pitch contest by geography and the number of the events held already. Welcome to our grand finale. We would like to say thank you to our sponsors who made it all possible. Network VC, California Seed Fund, our platinum sponsor and the main center of our venture activities. Silicon Valley Syndicate Club is our golden sponsor and place where the hottest deals for business angels are made. Startup Inc., our silver sponsor, and Entity for small check investors from all over the world. Thank you guys so much. Finally, we all have gathered together after going over a huge number of the startups and found the best ones thanks to our judges who had been voting at our unicorn battles, helping us to select the best ones. So please meet the winners of the unicorn battles from all over the world, and 2 startups are the sponsor choices. The GenePro DX from Chile, AS2 Systems from the United Arab Emirates, Nostra, the USA, eAgree with the Russian founders, Sincel from Mexico, Tankerwala present in India, Uplift, the USA, Block Aero Technologies, Thailand, Banks Group, Great Britain, and Lyrit from the USA. And I hope, really do, that the best one will win, because our winner will have an amazing opportunity for tete-a-tete discussion with our VC meetup for VC only, called VC House. We are proud to be lighting up the stars. That's what we do here at Unicorn.Events. Besides startups pitching live, please pay attention to our expert participants, startups Georg from Australia, Alfred from Republic of Korea, and Race IT from Bangladesh. Please check them out. They have amazing innovations. All the information you can find at our event page, and talk to the founders who are right now with us. And please meet our world largest startup pitch contest called Unicorn.Events. We had been here for 12 years already, have done enormous number of the events all over the world. We select the best startups who pitch to the private investors and venture funds, and do this at 6 continents. You cannot believe this, but yes, we will be doing event in Antarctica, you know that. And we are really helping startups our winners are really successful. At the first session, we had judge who told us, and I invested already this Friday in one of the winners, and our startups already have raised 320 million. You can check it at the Crunchbase. Our VC community keeps constantly growing, and we have really, really great angel network. So please join us, be part of this growing ecosystem. And in a little while, guess what? We will be having a new season. And it's called Industry Battles. We will have hashtag, fintech, all that you love. So, dear VCs, if you know a great startup who is worth pitching at the Unicorn Battles, where the best startups from regions from all over the world are pitching, please send them our way. And maybe they will make it all the way to the finals. Who knows? And of course, we had a great experience in 2021, but it would have been nothing without our great friends who are doing unicorn pitches with us or everywhere around the world. Thank you guys. You are great professionals. You are really helping us to look at the small and huge ecosystems where we can find the best startups, bring them to you, the unicorn battles. And some of these startups that we found through our unicorn pitches made it all the way through the finals. So our community keeps constantly growing. And if you want to do business with us, if you want to be our partner and want to do unicorn pitches in any corner of the earth, please contact me directly, contact our event managers. We'll talk about it some more, explore synergies, and I am sure we will help all those startups all over the world. Our events are live. Please follow us. Please put likes. So this way, many people around the world will see us and join us. And all that I can say is that we are starting. Please meet our wonderful host for today, Julia. She's our event manager for both Americas. So everyone in the States, in Canada, in Latin America know her. Hola, Julia. How are you today?
Oh, hello, Ola. Hello, Anna. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to greet our wonderful expert board, our official judge, our startups together today. And I hope that everyone from you will enjoy this competition. And first of all, I would like to give many thanks to our media partners. Please have a look at these list of them, and please welcome Lighthouse Ventures, Business Incubators, Technopark St. Petersburg, GSD Venture Studios, 100 Open Startups, Pickup Venture Partners, Fiverr, Private Tech Network, and Go Global World. Wonderful! Thank you so much for your support. Be with us the next season. And now it's time to represent our official judge. And please, Anna, be so kind as to introduce them for our audience.
It's my pleasure, because our official judges, they represent not only venture funds, they represent also a region or a country that plays a crucial role in this world startup ecosystem. And let me start with a man who started it all. It would have been nothing without our great Alexander Soroka, who is CEO and founder of Startup Network, a really global ecosystem, who made it all possible. Alexander, I'm so great to have you with us. I'm so excited, so glad to have you here today.
Thank you very much, and And of course, I'm glad to see so many faces today, and official judges, expert board, and of course startups we saw already there many times because I've been to every battle. And yes, today we finally have the final.
Yes.
And autumn final. Yeah, and I hope it will be great. And at the end we'll know who is the winner. But as I said in the first session, the winners today will be the startups which will raise money, and in the past our startups, our winners, raised a lot of money, hundreds of millions, and so good luck. Our fund, our syndicate fund, usually invests from 100 to 1 million US dollars. We are industry agnostic, we are geographically agnostic, we invest usually in late seed round A stages. Thank you very much, Anna.
Thank you, Alexander, for such a great presentation. And please meet official judge representing Florida, which is in the United States, Jim Thomas, his partner at Karenaga Partners. Jim, can you believe it's finals already?
I can't believe it. It seems like we just kicked this season off.
Yep.
Yep. Great to be with you guys this morning. Jim Thomas from Karenaga Partners. Just love what you guys do with this program. I gave a talk this morning to the space industry, and the message is there's just not enough early stage capital getting to brilliant founders across the US, but really around the globe. If you look at the US is only 4.5% of global population. So just simply by population, we have to look at this, and we have to look at technology from a global perspective these days. So I just love the fact that you guys put on the competition. From our check size, we do anywhere from usually $500,000 up to $3 million. We call it seed to success. So we really take, we love to start and help founders and entrepreneurs get from ideation to commercialization. But then we love to also help them with later A rounds and B rounds. And actually, two companies out of our portfolio are looking to go help them with seed and help them go. So just such an exciting process. But really, from a global perspective, we have to figure out how to get more money into early stage companies. And what we say is we love globally changing technology that can also go off planet and into space. Great to be with you.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Welcome. Wish you to find great deals here today.
Excellent.
And please welcome our official judge from Mexico, Ana Mauri Aguilar. She's VC investor at ASAC Ventures. Hello, Ana. Always great to see women on our judges board. Ana, you're muted.
Yeah,
Please unmute
yeah,
yourself.
thank you. No problem. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. It's always great to know and to meet great judges and to meet great startups. And I know that they have been passed through different phases, and they have been talking and pitching about their companies for a couple of months and working and taking also the feedback from us and from other advisors. So it's a great work, and I mean I wish the best to the competitors. In our fund, it's a corporate VC fund. It's a little bit different to the institutional ones, but we look for strategic investments that can complement the operational side of the company, investing in fintech, retail tech, and logistics and supply chain. Usually we invest in pre-series A to series A, with tickets around $500K to $2.5 million. And I mean, I'm happy to see which are the companies that we have today.
Wonderful. Welcome, Ana. And please meet our official judge from distant Canada. Please meet Kelly Luo, CEO and founder at Men's International. Hello, Kelly. Great to see you again.
Anna, great to see you again. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Anna and Julia, for having me again. My name is Kelly Luo, founder and investor of Men's International based in Toronto, Canada. We also have an office in Shanghai, China. So we are interested in the deep tech, especially for artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and advanced materials for the manufacturing and healthcare sector. Our average check size ranges from $500,000 to $3 million. And we recently launched a new fund of $5 million to help startups to grow their business in China specifically. So I wish everyone all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. And please meet our friend from Massachusetts, the United States, Marcelo Carullo. He's executive director at Drummond Ventures. Marcelo, did I get your last name right?
Almost, but no problem. Everything that comes to you, I have no worries about. So thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you.
Alexandra, I love to be here. It's such a pleasure to stay together again. I have been here as a judge since 2019, I guess. So anyway, my name is Marcelo. I'm from Boston. We used to invest in all kinds of companies in kind of sectors, but in a range from 500K to $5 million. We prefer companies that come from Latin America, moving to US, but doesn't matter if you come from Europe or whatever. I wish all the best to everyone. It's amazing to see so many familiar faces here. Oh, thank you so much for this nice invitation. It's really, really a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Great to have you, Marcelo. We had many judges at the first session, mainly Asian, European, but some of them are here with us today. But mostly, I'm so glad to see our American friends that we would love to meet in person when offline events will be allowed. We will surely do this coming up together again, but please meet Bill Reichert, who is representing Great Silicon Valley from the United States. Bill is a partner at Pegasus Tech Ventures and co-founder and managing director at the Garage Technology Ventures. Bill, welcome.
Thank you so much, Anna. Delighted to be here. I think it's been a few years since I've been part of this, but great to be back and looking forward to today's competition. I am with Pegasus Tech Ventures. Pegasus acquired Garage, and so now I'm a general partner at Pegasus. Pegasus is a global venture capital firm with offices all over the world. Our headquarters office is here in Silicon Valley. Across multiple funds, we manage over $1.7 billion in assets. And the big idea behind Pegasus is we have raised most of our money from a network of 35 multinational corporations. And so we look for companies where we can add value by connecting our portfolio companies with our corporate network to accelerate the growth of the portfolio company and the innovation in the corporate network. So it's a win-win-win model for everyone. And it's been great fun since joining Pegasus. We've invested in SpaceX and Bird and 23andMe and Triller all over the place. We are technology agnostic, stage agnostic. We write checks from $100,000 to $25 million. So that's Pegasus Tech Ventures, and I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
Great to have you with us. Hope you will see some great deals today also. And please meet our friend from Peru, Aldo Shenoni. He's CEO at Palga, Peru. Hi, Aldo. So great to have you at the World Finals. Aldo, please unmute yourself.
I am very happy to be here. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
I am very happy to be here. Yes, this is a great event. We were waiting. I am very glad to be part of the Unicorn Battle community. This is my second year participating and judge in not just in the grand finale, but this is my second finale. I'm very glad to see Anna, Alexander, Julia, our host, and very familiar judges, Gary, Marcelo, Marisa. Really, I wish you the best to all the finalists, and good luck. Good luck.
Thank you, Aldo, so much. And you mentioned Marisa. I cannot stop mentioning Marisa also because she's our great friend representing whole California today, because she has been living in one place, now she's living in another, all over California. Hello, Marisa. Marisa is LP at Bloomberg Fund. Hello, great to see you.
Good morning, Anna. How are you doing? I'm very happy to be here. And I have been so impressed by the startups at the Unicorn Battle that I have invested in about the last 3 months in 6 of them. And I think biotech is having a moment, which is great. I'm a limited partner with Bloomberg, and they are geographically agnostic. They concentrate on fintech and cyber defense. And then they write checks under $10 million, but they do A and seed. And then the other organization is Golden Seeds, and they only invest in female founders or startups that have female in the C-suite, and their check size is 250 to 2 million.
Great
All right,
to
thank
have
you and good luck to everybody.
Yep, they need that luck. All that you can give them. Welcome. Please meet our official judge representing great country of Ukraine, Yuri Seroshenko. He's managing director at QP Digital. Yuri, hello again.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be here today. I'm proud to present Ukraine in the Unicorn Cup. I'm Seroshenko Yuri, managing director of the QP Digital. We are the fastest growing VC fund in Ukraine. We are sector agnostic. We invest in fintech, deep tech, space tech. We invest in startups early stage and seed stage. Glad to see here so good selection of startups and judges, and wish a good luck and the perfect funding.
Thank you, Yuri, so much. And please meet Dr. Ella Lee. She is CEO of ZGC Capital Corporation, presenting USA, California as well. Hello, Ella.
Hello, Anna, and hello, Marisa, Bill, Tom, Alexandra. So many great faces to see you, friends, to see all the friends today. So my name is Ella Lee. I'm the CEO of ZGC Capital and a partner of our US fund. Our parent company is the largest science park operator in China that participated in 150 funds with a total valuation of $35 billion US. And in the US side, we have 2 innovation centers in US. One is in Silicon Valley, the other is in Boston. In addition, we have a broad fund system that covers the round from seed round to Series B. And this year, we're also shifting to the healthcare space. Actually, we just launched our MedLabs Healthcare Accelerator Program. So for actually, I also talked with several companies that are coming from Unicorn. Unicorn Cup. So it's really a pleasure to be here.
Oh, I'm so glad, guys, when you give this feedback. This is so impressive. Thank you so much. That means we are doing a good job. So stay with us. Welcome, Ella. And please meet our official judge representing Los Angeles, which is also in California, but has a separate ecosystem. Please meet Mr. David Mundell, managing partner at Emerging Ventures, the USA. Hello, David.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having me. These events are always amazing and they just keep getting better. So thanks again for having me back again today. Emerging Ventures is on Fund 2. We invest in pre-seed and seed stage emerging tech startups, industry agnostic, geography currently. We're looking for startups that are entities in US, Canada, or Israel.
Okay, you will see and hear some of them today, surely. That was all from official judges. When judges will be plugging in, we will introduce them as well. But besides official judges, we have our expert board who also vote for the startups and help us select the winner, right, Julia?
Exactly, Anna. And now let me go to our expert board. Please welcome them. Dear judges, you will have time to introduce yourself during our startup session during our Q&A. So we are so glad to have you all here today. I also remind you that if you'd like to ask some questions, give your comments, suggestions, everything you want, just click on the button to raise your hand up and I will ask you one by one. So welcome. Also, quick reminder for you, or if you will have some problems with your link, please contact my support team. They will provide you with a new one. And now meet our best startups, our finalists, the winners of the preliminary unicorn battles. And today, they will pitch for you. Dear startups founders, please keep in mind that you have only 3 minutes to pitch and another 5 minutes for a Q&A session. Also, we recommend not to mention your fundraising out loud because we are broadcasting throughout the world, and in some countries there are restrictions in this regard. So please use our Zoom chat, contact our judge in other communication channels, and that's all. So I wish you good luck. Do your best to win today's battle, because our grand final. And please welcome the first participant of our second session, a startup which won the Middle East and African battle as S2 Systems Ltd. Please welcome.
Hi everybody, how are you?
Yeah, please introduce yourself and share your screen for us.
Sure. My name is Lee Drinkwater. Yes, Drinkwater is my surname. I'm the managing director and co-founder of AS2 Systems. Obviously, we have limited time today, so I'll dive straight in. In short, we've developed a command and control system that can give you autonomous control of any vehicle or vessel, no matter how big or complex. If you've any interest in the autonomous vehicle and vessel market, you'll know how much money has been heavily invested into the industry in the last 5 years, and going forward, that's going to increase dramatically. But there's a fundamental issue. With such a rush to capture market share, organizations have been utilizing third-party off-the-shelf software and operating systems such as Linux. These operating systems are vulnerable to hacking. If it's hacked or a malicious code is added, then what? What happens to the rest of your fleet? What happens if somebody with bad intentions wants to cause damage or God forbid, worse? It's a massive oversight in the industry, and it desperately needs to be addressed. Last month, the US Intel community published a report stating that autonomous vehicles is one of the top 5 future safety concerns, specifically because of their cyber vulnerabilities. So what makes us different? On the left, you'll see a visual representation of what I mean. Multiple layers of software and hardware. Hacking aside, these present multiple vulnerabilities and potential failure points. On the right is our approach. We've developed a completely self-contained system on a chip. What does that mean? It means it's 100% secure from hacking. It's many times faster, which is great for our AI and machine learning interfaces, or even third-party interfaces. One of our major USPs is that we don't require any IP sharing to integrate third-party sensors or systems. In fact, all the new Apple MacBooks now run on system-on-a-chip technology specifically for those reasons, and we've been working with it for 6 years now. Our business model is a hub and spoke model, so we work with existing entities, manufacturers of vehicles and vessels that don't currently have an autonomous offering. This allows them to immediately compete within their own established sales channels and markets with a superior product, accelerating any autonomous aspirations by at least 5 years. We'll move to a Series A by the back end of next year, which will see us grow into the US and into Europe. We have traction. We've completed and have multiple imminent pending contracts, a weighted forecast of 4.6 million for the next 24 months, MOUs, LOIs, and joint ventures with ownership stakes between 10 and 25%. You'll see a snippet of our projections on the right, and our addressable markets in the middle, such as electric vehicles, precision agriculture, space robotics, and many defense applications. Over the last 6 years, we've benefited from being able to examine up close many other systems. They're not secure, it's dated technology, and has a very real potential to be unsafe. The industry clearly is in need of a truly secure, fast, and safe control system for autonomous vehicles. We know we fit that need. We specifically designed it to. Thank you all for your time, and I'll happily take any questions here or offline.
Thank you so much, Lee. It was Startup S2 Systems. Please, all questions are welcome, and do not forget to raise your hand up. Yeah. Okay, good. I give 1 second to think, and I see the first question from Marisa. Please, you're welcome.
Hi, is your system currently deployed?
Yes, ma'am, yeah.
And these are paying customers at this point, or are you testing it?
No, they're deployed. We've got a history. The system's been fitted to multiple platforms, land and sea.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you. And the next question from Jim Thomas, please.
Thanks, great presentation. Wanted to see if you could put Tesla's efforts in context and whether you saw them as a potential customer or as a competitor.
Well, that's a difficult one. I mean,
yeah, and in 30 seconds.
Yeah, firstly, I don't fancy taking on Elon, but joking aside, I mean, yes, I mean, they will have been developing their own control system. What we've seen outside of the big OEMs like Tesla, for example, and I know that Apple are utilizing system on the chip technology as well. There's a big portion of the market that's not, and that's the one that poses the most dangers.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lee. Any other questions? Okay, I guess that you can chat with our judge later and ask our founder questions after. And now I thank you so much for your presentation, and I'd ask the second participant to join us.
Hello.
Hello, it's startup eGreen, international legal tech startup, our winner of Unicorn Battle in Central and Eastern Europe. So welcome, Keith. How are you? Are you ready?
Thank you. Yes, I'm ready. Shall I share my screen now?
You're wonderful. Please share it.
Okay. Is it on full screen?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, great. Yeah, hello, everyone. My name is Keith Fraser, and I am a co-founder of eGreen. And I think actually maybe we've all sort of been there. We make an agreement with someone, and then thereafter, we think to ourselves, oh boy, I think maybe I should have got that one in writing. There seems to be this universal understanding that an agreement memorialized in a writing with a signature is much more likely to be enforced, much more likely to be performed. eGreen is legal tech, and legal tech is booming. However, most startups in this space, they concentrate on improving the workflows of law firms and lawyers and courts. They completely forget about the needs of the ordinary person who, quite frankly, cannot afford law firms, lawyers, or courts. There is a large and growing group of people that includes us that are transacting, negotiating, and connecting globally. And those people are seeking access to a legal system that reflects this 21st century reality. We created eGreen to provide that access. We created eGreen to provide that particular 21st century legal system. eGreen is a mobile app, subscription-based. It allows users to create and negotiate and manage and amend and enforce various enforceable legal agreements. And they cover in a wide range of subject matters. We have about 30 agreements. And they pretty much cover they cover the whole sphere of personal, individual legal issues. Currently, we have about 45,000 users on eGreen, and those users are entering into about 2,000 contracts per month on the app. And in fact, you know, that stat, the 2,000, the number of contracts that are entered into each month is a key metric of ours. And as you can see here, we've experienced 20% monthly growth since April. The app was launched actually, by the way, in August of last year. The aim for eGreen is simply to make writing or creating written contracts is easy as a handshake, but firmer, of course. In that regard, we believe that verbal agreements are our competition. And in fact, if you take a look at the pluses and minuses here, there really is no competition. As mentioned before, eGree is a superior product in terms of enforceability, validity, et cetera. These other companies, Rocket Lawyer, et cetera, they are not our competition. Different segment, different customers, different focus. They are more concerned with standardized forms, whereas we're more individualized contracts. Founders, there's 3 of us, and together we combined, we have a unique experience and insight to seize this opportunity. Araz and Ilya are tech startup founders with millions of users under their belts. I'm a lawyer based here in California, and 20 years experience dedicated to representing individuals and small businesses and ensuring that their legal rights are protected. Joining us, and just as passionate, are a group of early investors and consultants, advisors. All of us together, we have every intention of revolutionizing, nay, reimagining the legal system. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Keith, for this great presentation. It's time for questions. Please feel free to ask our founder. And who would like to be the first one to ask? I see Eugen Zotov. Please, your question.
Keith, hi. It's a pleasure to have you here. And you are also the winners of Western Europe, and that's great. So can you, I'm Evgeny Zotov, Venture Crew, partner at Venture Crew, Deal by Deal Fund. We invest in pre-seed stage in European Union and CS companies. So the question is that you have a very interesting model of fundraising. So a lot of celebrities invest in your startup. And can you tell me why they invest? What visionary they see in your startup?
Well, there's a number of reasons, and I think I touched on it a little bit, perhaps, when I mentioned about this 21st century legal system. And a lot of our agreements are popular with influencers and freelancers, contractors. They're comfortable with technology, and they're constantly entering into various types of agreements and the various contracts that they make. Also, celebrities, we have a number of our contracts relate to events and non-disclosure agreements, also sort of personal relationship agreements related to dating and stuff like that. And that has really struck a chord with a number of those types of investors because they use these types of agreements, non-disclosure agreements, when they go to an event and they don't want pictures being taken and stuff like this. eGree is a tool that they in fact use. And so I think that's where we're getting that kind of interest and buzz. Yes.
And is it correct that you can provide your service for all creators and for the creators' economy itself? Because it's a kind of difficult thing to sign a contract with a TikTok blogger and all that stuff. As I see that you can provide this service for them too. Is this correct that your market maybe hold the whole creators in the creators economy?
Yes, I agree. And in fact, I'm an intellectual property lawyer by trade. And that's one thing sort of that I noticed that was kind of the impetus for starting the company is making sure that creators have the legal protections that they need. And in an environment where they are creating constantly, they don't have, and obviously, and most creators don't really necessarily have the money or the time, to hire lawyers. And it's like everyone is a creator nowadays. Content is, of course, king, and we want to make sure that that content, which is essentially intellectual property of that person, is properly protected in some sort of contractual form.
I'm sorry, we have two more questions. Thank you, Eugen. We have two more questions, so let's go to them. Please, William, do your quick question.
Hi, Julia. I don't know why my name shows as William Drew. This is Jules Walker with KPMG.
Yeah, please.
I'll try and do William justice with my question. Keith, I actually ran into your team last week at Web Summit, and I will say you had one of the more unique giveaways at the conference. But my question is about a little more about the business model. So 2,000 contracts signed, but how many actual paying customers do you have? What kind of churn? Can you get into that a little bit more?
Hi there, guys. I think it's my turn to answer. Daniel's here.
Actually, Dan, why is he?
Yeah. Actually, hey, so guys, I'm actually also a team member of eGree, and I'm responsible specifically for the strategy and monetization here as a team. So, like, speaking of the monetization at present, we have over 356 exactly paying customers today who are mostly on the monthly and actually annual subscription. But we should mention that at present, the monetization side, despite we're generating a couple of $1,000s monthly, is not the stuff that we are focusing right now, because as Keith mentioned on his speech, we would like to create a habit in general and to increase the adoption rate of our application. In general terms, to create a new normal of using our application. But despite that fact, we have paying clients and we see the positive signs of the product market fit, but simply not focusing on the monetization side at present, mainly focusing on how to let eGree become a part of the everyday life of our early adopters.
Mm-hmm. Good, thank you. Let's go to the next question from Ella Lee. Please answer very shortly because we are limited in time. Please, Ella.
Of course. My question is really quick. So do you develop all this content yourself? A second question is, inside of standard contract, what if customer has need to customize the content?
Sure. The contracts are, I would call them customizable templates. We have a number of different categories, and the user logs on and chooses a particular category that they're looking for. We ask them a few questions or some drop-down selections that they choose, and then a completed contract is created. It's a draft contract, and at that point they can do a couple of things. They can customize it themselves, or they can send it to the other party who can add or strike certain things if they want. And there may be a little bit of back and forth where the people can, where the users can customize it.
Mm-hmm. Good, thank you so much. Thank you for your questions and your answers. It was Startup eGreen and its founder, Keith Fraser. Thank you so much. And we are going to the next startup. The third participant is Startup Cincel, the winner of Latin American Battle. Please welcome Fernando Vera.
Hi everyone, thank you, Julia. Well, my name is Fernando Vera, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Cincel, the easiest digital signature software. Well, in developing countries, still handle paper contracts, and this reflects unnecessary expenses. In the case of Latin, for example, this fosters costs of more than $250 billion every year. And because of this, digital signature market is growing fast in Latin America. Nonetheless, it's fragmented, which represents a huge opportunity for us. So we have created a team that speaks technology, that understand the problem and the people who suffer all these issues, with a deep understanding for the region in terms of technical, user experience, and legal and commercial level. So this year we closed our seed investment round led by Sable, a group that has more than $500 million in exits, and it's going to be public and as IPO in the United States in the next years. In just 11 months, we have been listed as one of the global leaders in the industry by Gartner and G2 Brands in the best customer satisfaction and top performing categories. And we know interoperability is core. So each contract can be integrated with gateway payments, blockchain certificates, KYC, and more than 4,000 applications. Sincel already works directly with solutions like Oracle, SAP, and Office. So business opportunity are quite open, and Sincel has proof of this, is we are the first solution for more than 70% of our clients. So that way we make money is simple. We offer subscription plans with the option to buy add-ons as required by business. So to have real impact on technology adoption requires an entire ecosystem to trigger growth. So in less than 6 months, we have created an ecosystem of more than 100 partners that allows us to reach more use cases by creating network effects. And because of these network effects, you will find in our portfolio companies from financial sector, real estate, insurance, to football teams. So we are very focused right now in financial industry. And well, we might not be the first to market, but definitely we are the ones growing faster, and fair advantage relies on the best cost benefit and total compliance in the region. Well, I invite you to be part of this Sincel ecosystem by democratizing digital transformation for developing countries. And yes, we're raising money, and I will be very happy to connect with you. Thanks a lot for your attention. I'm happy to see some faces that show up in the last pitch battle. And so thank you very much, and greetings from Mexico.
Thank you so much, Startup Sincel, Fernando Vera. And it's time for questions from our judge. Please, you are welcome. Think a little bit and give us your feedback. We will be so happy to hear from you. And we'll wait. Okay, is it so clear for everyone that no questions we have?
Well, I think I did well last time. I had a lot of questions, but well, thank you.
Best presentation ever, isn't nobody?
Julia,
Okay. So,
Julia.
Yeah, please, Alexander.
We have a question in Q&A from our guests, I see.
Yeah, just a second. I open it. Let me check. Yeah, we have a question. Please hear it very carefully. Can you compare your service against PandaDoc? Do you know service PandaDoc?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. Well, in developing countries, there's something this very over-regulated framework for in order to transmit digital contracts. So practically they are more focused in CLM, like contract lifecycle management, instead of digital signature. So that's the main differentiator. On the other part, in these developing countries, is terms of compliance. We are in compliance with the regulation. Basically, Latin America, parts of Europe, and North America as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. And we have one more question from our judge, Sudhir Kedam. Please, you're welcome.
Hi, Fernando. Very nice presentation. And I have a question, and I also have a suggestion to you. Okay, so one, I just exited a document signature company last month. Okay, we sold a company here from Silicon Valley to a Chinese company. Okay, for a very, very hefty valuation. Okay, so you are in the right space, and what you're doing is far more interesting than what we have exited actually at this time. Okay, so I'm really enamored to see, what kind of offering you have. My question to you is about the notarization. You said somewhere that, you offer notarized signatures, that'll be a game changer if you can do that. Tell me how you do that.
Well, basically we are working in I will say in the technical part, in the bureaucratic thing, right? Well, in this region, you need to be approved by some private company. There is permission by the government. So we already are connected with these certifiers for say something. So each document you are signing in Sincel, it will be automatically authorized by government and authorized. And also we are using this cryptographic seal in each document we are signing through Sincel. And also we add a timestamp and also a proof of existence in Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So this will be not only about technology, it's also about the compliance, right? So each document will be like notarized once you sign through our platform.
Okay. So this is not a digital notarization.
No, actually, we are transforming. We're working with notaries in the region, so they're using us. So by through Sincel, they can do it faster.
Fernando, this is Gary Fowler. Just a question. Now, notaries generally want to see a passport or identification in person, right? So how do you do that?
Well, actually, we work with softwares with providers in terms of biometrics. So we can do a selfie with a photo of your ID, and we can compare it. So right now they can do it online, and they can see a video, actually, not just a selfie of the person. So they can have proof of that person exists already, right? And then after that, they can sign.
Good. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for answers and questions. It was Startups in South Latin America. Thank you, Fernando. And we are moving forward. We are going to the next startup. Please welcome our winner of the Asian Battle, Startup Tankerwala from India. Hi, how are you?
Good, Julia. Can you see my screen? Can you see the pitch deck? Perfect. All right. Right. So more than half of the world is struggling to get water, and I belong to that half of the world. So back in India, we have over 600 million people who are constantly facing fresh water shortage, and we are trying to solve that. About $1.1 billion is spent annually in 6 cities in India alone to move domestic water for consumption. Now, how does that happen? There are water tankers which move groundwater from a water-rich region to a water-poor region. And that transaction, there are about 5,000 to 8,000 water tankers hailing around the country, only in these 6 cities, constantly doing about 10 to 20 trips a day. The problem that the consumers are currently facing is when you need water, you actually don't have the right partner to deliver the water to you. Either the vehicle could be unavailable or unfair pricing, or the quality of the water is questionable, as sometimes there is no availability of water. And on the suppliers who are managing these fleets, they don't have good control on their businesses because they don't have dashboards or they don't have any technology penetration to really manage their business well. And also because of lack of marketing or lack of reach, they also don't have consistent demands to manage their assets. Now, what we have built at Tankerwala is India's largest water supply network. And we have a mobile application that allows a consumer to order for a water tanker with a hassle-free experience. A quality assured water is delivered very quickly to their door. Now, what we have ensured is a PIN code based pricing to ensure democratic supply of water. So there's uniformity in pricing, quick deliveries, GPS enabled deliveries to track your orders, a digital payment system, and a dashboard to manage their suppliers to manage their business and also their assets. Now, the app is a very quick, very well-designed app with just a 3-step process of ordering. And the driver's app is a language agnostic with a lot of pictorial representations to scale it across any geography, even to a non-English speaking country. When the order comes onto our platform, the order is automatically allocated to the available water tanker in that region, So the delivery can be easily accepted, and upon accepting it, they will get a navigation system to route it to the delivery location. And upon delivery, there's an OTP verification to ensure the quality and the timely delivery. A tankerwala makes about 10 to 15% on the transaction value. There are other players in this network, a couple of them like Nama Water and Go Water, who are sort of trying to get into the space, but where they have a very low tech product at this stage, and they offer only a single channel ordering system and no live tracking. And local tankers are obviously who are not on the platform are our competition as well. So we have a female founder. My wife and I began this company because we were actually facing this problem ourselves when we were pregnant last year. And the water was a huge concern for us, and we really wanted to solve this. We got really big leaders in India who have, who have really successful companies to mentor us in this process.
I'm sorry, I have to jump in because your time is up. Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation. Yeah, it's time for questions, so no worries. We are waiting when someone will ask. Please, judges, any questions? Yeah, and we have the first question from Anna Mauro. Please, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So I would like to know more about how do you select the water providers, or how do you assure that really is a quality that you require for drinking or for using?
Right. So the water sources where they are extracting the water from is monitored by us continuously. We take weekly, monthly reports on this water that is extracted from the ground. And we also do spot checks just to ensure quality. And only quality assured vendors are on the platform. So it's not like an open platform to just come up and deliver.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you so much for your answer. And please, the next question from Evgen, please.
Good evening. I have a question. How you're gonna develop your product, and what's your market strategy? Are there any countries where you can provide your services, all that stuff, or it's only Indian market?
No, the geography, like I mentioned to you earlier, the problem of water is not just in India. We started in India because it's a significant problem out here, but there are other countries in Africa who are facing this problem, other countries in Asia who are facing this problem on a daily basis. It's a real problem, and they're sort of the only solution right now is to recycle water and to also extract groundwater, because you can't really manufacture water at this stage. So recycling water is our next step. We have already integrated a lot of water recycling plants onto our network to supply recyclable water. We're already doing that test we're transporting about 100,000 liters of water every day in Mumbai as a pilot level project from wastewater treatment plant to a construction site for construction activities. So here on the expansion plans, you can see we are also getting into technology like IoT for ordering the water automatically, and we're also opening up new sources like an Airbnb model. If you own a bore well or a groundwater source, you can register yourself as a source so that our water tankers can go pick up water at those places.
So you've mentioned that previously that your own network of water tanks, and here you build an app or a SaaS platform like Marketplace. What do you provide? Network of water tanks or SaaS solution? What you gonna provide?
So we are not going to provide a SaaS because we want to be providing the network itself. So we have already developed networks in 3 cities in India in about 9 to 10 months of operations, and we're getting requests from across the country to open up franchises. So we're also looking at that as an option, so that like you mentioned, like a SaaS platform kind of thing, where we provide the technology and somebody else in a different city can take a franchisee and operate this model for them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please, the next question from Gary.
Yes, so great presentation. Just one question. What about continuous monitoring? I know that in several of my houses, I had not used the well for some period of time. In a very short period of time, I got giardiasis in the well. So what about continuous monitoring so that, once a week is one thing, but it can change very quickly? How do you make sure that the quality of that water going into that household is right?
So that's a very real problem that you're talking about. When we are transporting water in a developing nation, the water is generally not used for direct application. Generally, it's not for drinking or cooking application without a further filtration at home. So even with a slight variation in the quality, it won't significantly affect. But however, we are trying to develop technology, as you can see here, where we're trying to do the online monitoring on the vehicle itself. So while the vehicle is in movement, we're trying to get a little bit of IoT going in there to continuously monitor the quality of the water in that particular tanker.
Got it. Thanks.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Startup Tankerwell. Yeah, good luck. And we are moving on. We are going to the next startup. Please welcome the winner of our APAC battle, Asian and Pacific region, Startup Block Aero Technologies from Thailand. Please, your turn.
All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, good.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. My name is Lucas Pinoli. I'm a co-founder and the finance director here at Block Aero Technologies. We are the world's first aviation blockchain platform, and our vision is to digitize the entire industry and become the standard for Aerospace 4.0. To start off, I want to give everyone a quick backdrop on aircraft and their assets. So when I talk about assets in aerospace, I'm talking mainly about landing gear, engines, APUs, or even whole aircraft. All of these are high value, long life cycle assets. High value, they can be dozens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. Long life cycle, they can be 25 years, sometimes even 30 to 40 years old. And when I'm a stakeholder in this industry, I'm operating, trading, managing all of these assets on a daily basis. And I'm always asking these questions, like who owned this part before me? Did they manage it properly? Was airworthiness maintained during the entire life cycle? Oh, these regulatory documents. Oh, there's so many of them. Am I managing them right properly? Can we establish back to birth traceability? And on top of all these questions, you have data that's being generated from your assets, mostly in paper, throughout the entire life cycle. So when you have all these issues without a solution, you get this. You get a $74 billion loss in productivity every single year just because of data. So you might be wondering, well, why is data causing such a large loss in aerospace? So from our research, from the likes of PwC and Deloitte, we found that these are the four main reasons why. Data is isolated in paper or siloed environments. Data is consistently unverified and disputed. Data is inefficiently searched, compiled, and provided. And in this industry, data is pretty under-monetized for their assets. So with all this in mind, we came to market with the world's first total asset lifecycle management platform, purpose-built for aviation on our Hyperledger Fabric blockchain platform. And in the short run, we can package and sell it, and we are doing this to companies, to sell it directly to companies and their insular needs to provide cost savings in the long run. And we've actually also already started doing this. As companies join the network, we really want to unlock the value, which is the transactions that occur on a day-to-day basis in the industry, and put that on the platform itself. In the past, we've run some successful POCs with some of the largest companies in the industry. We currently have an ongoing public-private partnership with the United Nations ICAO. They are the regulatory body that oversees all of the global regulators. And as of last month, I'm very happy to announce that we signed our first long-term service agreement with JALX Inc. out of Japan. We are a global business, and our pipeline in the future, as it stands right now, is already filled up with companies from all around the world. Our company is being spearheaded by our CEO and founder, Mr. Todd Sienna. Prior to starting Block Aero, Todd was already an accomplished entrepreneur, running his own aviation consulting company out of Shanghai, China. Our board consists of aviation, finance, and tech executives. Thank you all very much for your time today. It's been a pleasure to talk about our company.
Thank you, Luca. Thank you so much for your presentation. It was a pleasure to hear. And now it's time for questions. Please, Q&A is open. Feel free to ask. Let's see. And the first question from you again. Are you very active today, please?
Yeah, but I have 3 times to think about it after first pitch session called 8 seconds. So Lucas, thank you for a great pitch. I think that the main thing here in your project is to answer only one question. Why do you think that you're a venture project? So you will grow as fast as you can, and the market is big. So why do you think that you're a venture project, and you are interested in and you can be interested by a venture investor?
So my background was actually at a hedge fund in Shanghai for 5 years. So I have a very investor mindset, and I've also invested quite a bit myself into the company. You know, like you said, scalability is one of the key things that I think of when I think of investment. And, you know, particularly for a blockchain project, I'm sure many of you have wondered the same. One of the key questions about blockchain projects is this scalable? And the answer for us is yes, it is. Mainly because we built it on a Hyperledger Fabric, which, if you don't know, is the blockchain that was privately, it's a private permission blockchain that was built by Linux and IBM that was geared specifically for enterprise customers. So the transaction rate is high, it's smooth, it's very silky smooth, in fact, and you know the market itself is big. You know, I know we're starting off with just civil aviation, but there's the entire aerospace industry as well that we're looking to branch into. That includes like general aviation, also space, you know, that's growing quite big. We've actually also been approached by other similar industrials like power plants. China's national power grid, Guodian, has approached us to do projects in the past. We've also got the industrial gas turbine that you find as well. So, you know, and maritime as well. So we've got a lot of opportunities ahead of us to continue scaling.
Okay, and what's the average your deal is? 2 months, 3 months? What's the duration? Because it's B2B.
Yeah, so I can tell you about the one that we just signed on. It's a 4-year-long contract, and the starting TCV is a couple $100,000 US, with the addition to develop new modules and implement them for over $1.5 million. So we're looking at contracts around that size. We have a few things on the table right now for us at around that as well. So yeah.
And what's the average time of your deal? Not the duration of the deal that you sign, but before signing. What's
so normally for our you know, our product is geared at enterprise customers, SMEs, and also regulatory bodies. So let's talk about enterprise, because that's like our main focus for right now. These customers usually have a 3 to 6 month period, you know, and sometimes the RFI can take about 3 to 4 months. But I think as we, you know, establish this new technology in the industry and also continue to brand ourselves and have buy-in from all of these pretty big name companies and organizations, that deal time should decrease considerably as we go along. But I think we're still anticipating that for the next year and a half.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We have more questions from Ella, please.
Yeah, so blockchain does have really big potential, especially being used in this aviation industry. So now you are expanding your business in China and also try to also conquer the United States, that space. Because of the sensitivity of this industry, would that be a regulation issue?
So that's a really good question, and it's a question that you know, we've paid attention to since we started the company. We actually started the company in Shanghai because we were all the co-founders were in Shanghai. Just to be clear, we haven't done anything in China yet. We did initial prototyping with a lot of airlines and other players along the value chain in China, but we don't have anything commercially going in China right now. That being said, you know, we've discussed people with the CAAC in China, who, if you don't know, to the audience members, they are the pretty much the FAA equivalent of China. And they are actually very keen on this idea because we position ourselves as a geographically agnostic and technologically agnostic technology company because we understand and we believe that if we bring together all the different working groups within aviation, no matter what their country is, that's really going to accelerate everyone's business and make everyone's business better. And, you know, funnily enough, that's actually what a lot of our customers want, whether they're a commercial customer or they're a regulator. So, you know, yes, there are regulatory issues, but we really approach this very seriously because it all comes down to data. And we give our customers and the regulators the proper rights and access rights for all the data.
Where is your company registered?
So we have a few companies in a few countries. Our main operating entity right now is Bangkok and also Hong Kong. But we have a few in Singapore. We have other ones in Singapore and the UAE as well.
Good, thank you so much. We have a question from Wallet. Please, your turn.
Hi, thanks for the great presentation. I think the problem you're trying to tackle, it's a very crucial problem, and the decentralized way that you have deployed in your solution is also very important. My question is like aggregating the data from like the engines or whatever other components in the aviation sector. We've been working with a couple of one of our portfolio companies working with a couple of top airlines in terms of logistic, and we do aggregate some of the data. My question would be do you use retrofit sensor to aggregate this data? Are you connecting to the controllers of those of the engines, for example, or whatever components?
Yeah.
Or how do you aggregate the data without affecting the warranty or wherever? There are a lot of set of stuff over there. This is my first part, and second part of the question is like in terms of the funding. Have you been raising fund? Are you having any projects that are generating revenue, or just doing BOC right now? Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So the first part of the question is data collection. In short, the way that customers can use our platform is that we have opened up our platform to quite a few methods for our customers to import data in. It could be anything as simple as like an XML dump or Excel dump. They can even type it in manually if they want to. We don't want them to do that, but they can if they want to. We can also integrate with API integrations with their existing systems like Oracle or whatnot. Now, the second part of the question was about the funding. I think we've been asked to not discuss this publicly, so I'd be happy to talk about this in private with you. We have, all of our POCs were paid, so we did get revenue for them, but they were just project fees. So this long-term service agreement that we just signed is recurring revenue for the next 4 years, with the option for additional with the module development. So I hope I was able to answer your question.
Fine. So I just want to confirm about you're not automatically collecting data from those components.
We can. One of our POCs involved IoT sensors that did data feeds, but it's completely up to our customers, whichever is easier for them at the end of the day, right? That's what any founder cares about, is what the customers want to do best.
So the blockchain, are you using your own proprietary structure? Are you using other open source?
So Hyperledger Fabric is an open source platform. Yeah.
Hyperledger, okay.
Yeah, and we've actually worked with the IBM team and won a few awards because of our dev work on it. So we've been doing some pretty cool things with that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, yeah, the time is up, so you can continue in the private message. Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you.
Here. And we are keeping going to our next participants. Please welcome Startup Nostra, the winner of the North American Battle. Arthur Roots is here today. Please, Arthur, introduce yourself and you can start.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me. I'm gonna change it up a little bit here and not use the slide deck and do more Q&A. I find that to be more helpful and just easier. And I'm young, so I don't love slide decks. But anyways, yeah, Nostra is a commerce content personalization engine. And so conversion rate optimization on websites is an incredibly time-consuming task. It requires taking in tons of different data sources, creating a bunch of different segmentation, which has made it so that marketers have to create thousands of pages and hundreds of different audiences. And so what Nostra does is we sit on top of all the different tool sets and use AI and machine learning at the DNS and content delivery network level, which is a level abstracted from all, from all your tools. So your CMS, your marketing automation, your CRM, third-party data sources, et cetera. And essentially, we allow our customers to upload all their images, their calls to actions, their headlines, their customer testimonials, whatever it is. And then in real time, we'll just, we'll determine based on who's visiting this website, image 2, customer testimonial 3, call to action 4, and then we basically create that page in real time and show it to the visitor. And we do all of that, the entire page load speed is around 100 milliseconds. And so the core AI and content delivery network integrations work. From day 1 to day 20, our 5 paying customers see anywhere from a 200% to a 600% lift in conversions. And so that could be anything from capturing more emails, having people click subscribe, more people clicking buy, more people filling out a form, whatever our customer wants to happen on the website happens, 2 to 6x more frequently. And so we're at the stage now where we've got early signals of product market fit. So we've got customers that are referring other customers. We've got expansion revenue within agencies, which are notoriously hard to sell to. We've got very short sales cycles and, are generally seeing, customers adopt this technology. And so that's kind of where we are on the business side. And so what we need to do right now and kind of what this financing round that we're putting together is to really double down on products. So we're going to be one of the first applications ever in the Cloudflare app ecosystem, which is very exciting for us. And then we're also going to start investing in kind of commercializing this product, creating a revenue generating machine. And so personalization is an incredibly hot market. I'm sure that, everybody here is aware of that. And so we really think that, by integrating on a more granular level of the internet at the DNS and CDN level, we'll really be able to take the market by storm and, have recently just signed a term sheet with a top tier venture fund out west here. But I guess I can't go into too much details about the financing. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Arthur. It was Startup Nostra. It's a new format of presentation. Please ask questions. We have time. So dear judge, feel free. Any recommendations? And first question from Anna. Anna, please.
Yes, thank you a lot for a short presentation. Yes, there are a lot of projects who try to work with the data. And what is your competitive advantage, which makes you a unique project?
What is well, there are a couple of things. Yes, there are a lot of AI companies generally, but what we're doing is actually doing 2 things. So one that's really interesting is the CDN level integration. So we're able to integrate with any website on the internet because we're integrated on a more granular level of the internet. A lot of other approaches that don't really use AI, but they say they do, integrate at the CMS level, or even the ones that actually do use AI all integrate at the CMS level. And so you have to create hundreds and thousands of different integrations to be able to work with a bunch of different websites. And so that becomes a headache from a go-to-market perspective. And what we do by integrating at the CDN level is we allow our customers to stay with whatever CMS or whatever website builder they want. And then our software does two things. So one, it optimizes their website. So we'll do that. But the second thing is it makes their website perform around 3 times better. And the third thing, I guess, is it's also significantly cheaper from a hosting perspective. So there are a lot of things along those lines.
Great, thank you for the answer.
Yeah, thank you so much. And the next question from Jim. Your question.
Yeah, thanks. What makes you passionate about doing this work?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. So I've been working in tech since I was around 14 years old. I talked my way into working at like a tech company here in San Francisco, and slept on the ground while working a long time. And the first job I ever had was a marketing internship, and I was just so bored. After a day, I ended up building a software to automate my internship, and actually turns out a lot of other functions at the business. And so it's just fun for me. At the end of the day, like when it comes down to what we're doing and everything that we're doing here, it's generally just a fun thing for me to do. Been an entrepreneur for a long time. And it's really like at the end of the day, I just have a ton of fun doing this.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Thank you for questions. And thank you at all for your presentation. It was Startup Nostra and Arthur Root. And we are going to the next startup, which is Californian battle winner, startup from the USA. Please welcome Uplift. Are you here? Please introduce yourself and share. Uplift is working. Can you unmute yourself because we cannot hear you? Yes, just a few seconds.
Hi, Julia. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I did that for 2 reasons. It was intentional. One, so you could see in sunny San Diego, California, around the world, how beautiful it is here today, but also to have everyone on this call appreciate that what I just did, walking in my home, is something that none of our customers can do at Uplift. And so I'm Craig Mizrak. I'm CEO and president for Uplift. And here is our presentation.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So Uplift is the first ever independent transfer system from bed to wheelchair for people with limited mobility. It's also the first zero lifting assisted transfer aid for individuals such as healthcare workers, caregivers, and family members who take care of such patients.
I'm sorry, can you turn on your camera because we cannot see you? We see your screen, but we cannot see your camera. Yeah, wonderful. Please continue. Good. I give you more time.
Thank you. The slides are better looking than me, but here we go.
Yeah.
So the problems that we are tackling at Uplift is the fact that there is no self-transfer system between bed and wheelchair for people with limited mobility. There is a reduced quality of life for such individuals and a lack of independence. And when we think about institutional healthcare facilities such as hospitals, nursing homes, assisted living, rehab centers, the injuries to people's backs of healthcare workers are now in the United States over a $20 billion expenditure. It's the leading cause of workers' compensation claims. Why is this? Look at the existing methods for transferring from bed to wheelchair. A caregiver is required. There's immense physical labor. And even in the most advanced technologies, scissor lifts, it can only lift people up to 250 pounds. Enter the Uplift solution. So as you watch our demonstration of Uplift, this is our founder, Anton Simpson. He's 84 years old, a triple degree engineer from MIT, 35-year aerospace engineer. His dear friend got in a car accident, could not walk, paralyzed, waist down, weighed 275 pounds. Wife could not lift him out of bed. Anton went to his garage and built the first prototype of Uplift that his friend used for 2 years before he passed away. You just saw our finger panels nestle underneath Anton's hamstrings and back. That is covered by 15 issued patents. That's issued, not filed, in the US and around the world. And as Anton is lowering himself, think of the folks with Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, spinal cord injuries, obesity, and seniors, all whom are pre-order customers of ours. And Anton's hands on the outside there, there's buttons on both sides where a loved one or a caregiver can easily move up, down, left, right, and uplift. We have pre-order sales where customers are paying $6,000 for direct-to-consumer home use. Long-term, we have a very attractive and sticky capital leasing and rental strategy, generating well over 70% gross margins, which is excellent for the medical device industry. And in healthcare facilities, because of additional features, workflow considerations, and training, we have a higher price point that we are garnering. Here are some achievements and milestones. I mentioned our pre-orders. This is with a 13 times return on ad spend. We have immense following already. We have an FDA device exemption, so we do not need to wait for FDA clearance as long as we adhere to quality control and good manufacturing practice standards. There is a reimbursement code as well that we will file when we raise our current round that allows us to garner $10,000 reimbursement. We have a manufacturing plan that we've commenced, and we've secured capital since inception. Please join us in executing our mission in restoring independence for those who suffer from mobility challenges and protecting caregivers from encountering patient lifting injuries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you so much for this great presentation. And now Q&A session as always. Please, we have the first question from Anna.
Yeah, thank you so much for a great pitch. It was, we heard also a great pitch in the morning from your colleague. So your team is really great. But I have one question. I understand that you are the first one who made such a successful device, but how is it easy or maybe difficult to replicate it? How long will it take to reproduce something like this by your competitors?
Well, I can't speak for a competition, how quickly they can get up to speed. But what I can tell you is for us, we have a beta prototype that has been tested in hundreds of individuals, including a recent usability study that is going through manufacturing. Our contract manufacturer, which is a world-class contract manufacturer, is set on a scale of 1 to 10. It is a 2 as level of complexity. And look, competitive advantages, we have the patent position, we have the FDA exemption, and also our digital marketing prowess cannot be underestimated. This is an industry with medical equipment that is not well known for being able to fulfill direct to consumer. And so our strategy allows us to take margin in areas where the industry traditionally had to give it away via the use of multiple distributors and suppliers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. The next question from Anna Mauro.
Yeah, thank you. So I have a question mainly about the cost. Have you thought, for example, what is the plan for the monetization of this technology? And have you thought also on perhaps align a fintech product or another possibility to buy this through credit or to help people financially?
Yeah, so for the latter, consumer financing is easily available. Care credit is a known entity in the durable medical equipment space. So for folks who want to pay $150 a month or $250 a month, depending upon the term, that is a viable solution for them. It was cutting out in the beginning, but hopefully that answered your pricing question, your cost. Oh, our cost of manufacturing is only $1,700 at doing runs of 500. And so we expect that to get closer down to $1,000 as we mass produce. Look, the stair lift industry is a great benchmark. This is a unicorn competition. Stair lift companies are multi-billion-dollar. We're doing for the bedroom what stair lift has done for the stairs. Leading stair lift companies are selling 100,000 units a year. By us, just in our first year, we predict 1,000 units being able to ship and install. We're at a $7 million revenue clip right there. So thank you for the question.
Yeah, thank you so much. Please, the next question from Ella Lee.
Here we go. Yes, hi, Craig, my favorite team from California Dash. Two questions. The first is, what is the entry barrier for other potential competitor for this patient transfer system? And the second question, can you talk more about the liability issue?
Yes. So look, for the latter question, product liability is honestly the risk that our board of directors and company take the most seriously. We have product liability coverage. We will be obsessive about training for the product. And quite frankly, the benefit of working with a medical device contract manufacturer is we do have that backstop of both the way that they are from a quality system standpoint, adhering to procurement, assembly, and requirements for workmanship under our contract that they will need to adhere to. Accidents will happen. I'm a big believer in how you handle those accidents. It really will go the farthest way. And so we have not had a single adverse event of dropping someone, of having someone suspended in air, or pinching of the skin. Those are the three risks. And so that is part of how we are going to mitigate product liability risk. Look, the other aspect of your question of competitive advantage, I'd go back to saying our patent position, our first mover advantage, the way we are navigating with the FDA exemption, and the ability to go direct to consumer in an industry which has been really reliant upon DME distributors. I think that'll put us in an advantageous position as far as having a competitive advantage, not to mention good luck if someone else wants to try and invent what Anton has done, because it hasn't existed to date. I'm not saying it can't be done by others, but we'll continue to proceed with the 5-year head start that we've had in advancing it to this point.
Good, thank you. Thank you for your answer. Please, a quick question from Evgeny.
Yeah, thank you for a great pitch. And the question is there additional cash flow to make a renting model of your service? Not people gonna buy it, but your lift as a service. Is it possible or not from
Correct.
the legal?
Do you see my screen?
Unfortunately not, no.
Do you see my screen?
Unfortunately not.
No.
Okay.
See your screen?
Do we see it now?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay, it's okay. That's okay. I'll just answer the question without. I'll answer the question without the slides. So, yeah, our capital leasing model, we have specifics in there as to how we make accretive income. To give you a sense of this, our capital leasing model, we break even on our cost of goods 90 days. Everything else is gravy after that. Now, we also have alarm monitoring, which is required to direct to consumers for $4.99 a month. And in institutional facilities, they all want service plans. It's a staple. If something goes wrong, silver, gold, platinum service plans that we make more money, $29.99 a month as an example. So that is before we even talk about accessories. We have gloves that fit on the finger panels that go underneath and behind. Those are disposable. And lastly, this was where I get really visionary, Uplift, the brand, the name, what we do, it really has double or triple entendre. And I see a huge opportunity for us within to create a community for individuals who are at home with limited mobility who want to be able to connect with each other. Thank you.
Greg, thank you so much. You can chat in our Zoom chat. So thank you. It was Startup Uplift. Yeah. And we should go to the next startup. Thank you so much. Please welcome our next participant, the winner of United Kingdom and European Battle, Banks Group Ltd, Sean Salox. Please, you're welcome. Introduce yourself and you can start share your presentation. I guess you're muted.
Yep. Okay, I will share my screen. And let me go to slide presentation. Okay. Okay, I guess we can everybody see that? Looks like it's presenting. I just need to move this over to the side. Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. I'm here to start about.
Sorry, I can see. I'm sorry, Sean. I can see only the part of your image of your presentation, so it's like.
Okay, let me try this again. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, it's.
There we go. Okay, yes,
better. Yeah.
Excellent. So, Banks is a B2B crypto service. We do things like digital asset lending, and we're one of the leading B2B to C crypto platforms in the world. So I'm going to talk to a little bit about our product, things that we offer, then how we're regulated. Then I'll talk a little bit about our traction. We've had over 500,000 crypto-friendly debit cards in the world, MasterCard, Visa, China UnionPay. And then I'm going to present a little bit about our traction to date, and then talk about some of our customers that we're rolling out in December of this year and Q1 of next year. And then we'll talk a little bit about our team. So crypto really is a once in a generation. I'm sure you've heard a lot about Bitcoin and central bank digital currencies. So we're a financial service provider. We're the the bricks and mortars were the picks and shovels of this gold rush. So if you talk to MasterCard, Visa, PayPal, they say that really about 5% of the world is really talking and starting to use current crypto. It's not quite mainstream yet, but we're there to really launch the bridge from the digital, from the fiat to the digital world. We're there to launch the next 95%, to onboard those people through our technologies. So what are the bank's products? So we do things like all the B2B services that a traditional bank has, retail corporate IBANs that are crypto friendly, things like digital cards, physical and virtual cards. So you can spend your digital assets in real time. You can launch corporate cards globally in any country in the world. We do things like remittance, and so you can text money, both fiat and crypto. We have low-cost exchanges, things like FX services. We also do free lending, so you can borrow up to half of through digital crypto drafts through your digital assets. In the future, we're going to be offering things like investments, loyalty. We'll be launching in Q1, and some of the DeFi developments. So we're one of the leading global white label B2B to C providers in the world today. So traction to date, Right now, our corporate clients, you can access about 20% of the world's Bitcoin through our corporate clients. Our goal is to get to 50% of the world's Bitcoin. We've signed one of the world's largest wallet providers. People like Tezos are our customers. We're onboarding other digital platforms. We have a strong pipeline of over 500,000 cards sold. We're approaching 600,000. We're growing fast. We were 30 people at the beginning of the year. We're now 70. We'll be 100 by the end of the year. We have global operations. We're the only one in the world doing MasterCard, Visa, China Union Pay. And in December of this year, we will go live with one of the world's largest wallet providers that has about 20% of the world's Bitcoin in their wallets. We'll be doing lending, physical and virtual MasterCards, and we'll be rolling out in the US. And to facilitate that, we acquired a major stake in a US bank. So now some of our products like US bank accounts, we can offer FDIC insured up to $250,000. Our investors include—
Your time is up. Your time is up, and I need to stop your presentation. Thank you so much, Sean. And it's time for questions. Dear judges, please, you're welcome to give us any questions, suggestions, and comments to our wonderful presentation. Please, the first question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we wait a little bit.
Can we just chip in, or do you want us to go through the system?
Okay, so please, Aldo, your question in the first.
Yes, the time won you, but can you please put your last slide with your contact information to more questions or in deep? And also,
sure, I will put that in the comments as soon as we're done.
Okay, and the question is that it is perfect, but now with the decentralized or DeFi, we have solutions like Compound or Aave. How do you compare with those solutions?
Yeah, so both those services are B2C. So what they do is they go out and they try to onboard customers. We go to DeFi clients like Aave and Celsius and those companies, and we say, okay, you might have one product, but that's not a whole financial service platform. So we can offer other things, like if they have lending, if they don't have lending, we can do lending. If they're a digital exchange or a DeFi, we can offer physical and virtual cards, fiat on and off ramps. So they can spend those digital assets. And if they don't have that, then we can do lending as well.
Perfect.
In other words, we're not a B2C, we're B2B. We go to communities that already have tens of millions of users or tens of thousands.
Understood. Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Please, Marisa, your question.
So do you completely replace a bank, or are there certain functions that you can't do yet?
Yes. So if you look at our management team, we have over 150 years of experience. We've worked at Visa, Gemalto, MasterCard. I launched some of the first digital wallets to MasterCard, BitPay, Celsius, UBS. So our goal was to really recreate what we saw in the financial world, but bridge the fiat to the crypto, because that isn't being done, and it hasn't been being done. And it's a very slow and painful process for digital currency related companies to work in the fiat world. So we're that bridge. Yes. So, I see in 5 or 10 years, people like, Ethereum and Solana and, Dash and Tezos will be replacing. These ecosystems will evolve and will end up replacing the banks.
Good. Thank you so much. Please, the question from Bill. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Very interesting. You're doing lots and lots and lots of stuff here. I mean, you give us that whole spread there. We assume you're monetizing the way a bank would monetize, but where's the center of gravity in your business these days? Is it the credit card stuff? Is it lending? Where is the center of gravity?
Yeah, so our model is we charge a modest setup fee, and then there's transaction fees and monthly fees, some minimums. So right now it's currently debit cards. Eventually next year we will be launching credit cards with some of our big US clients, but we really see the future is lending and digitizing assets. So once assets start trading, we're really at the infancy of seeing, digital assets being spent everywhere seamlessly. So it will be lending and things like debit cards and credit cards and transaction fees.
Okay, but right now you're just taking a sliver on the debit card. That's the core of your revenue?
No, so it's a setup fee and then a monthly minimum. Our monthly minimum is around, $10,000 a month. So most of our clients, that's the starting point. And then there's transaction fees. And every time you move a digital currency, there's gas fees. So we take transaction fees similar to a bank.
Got it. Thank you.
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much for your presentation, Sean. It was Startup Banks Group. Thank you so much. And dear judge, dear expert board, I'd like to pay your attention that left two more startups to pitch, and they both are the choice of our sponsor. Please welcome this startup lead, Simon Liu.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Simon.
Well, I did the morning session at 4 a.m. and right now it's very early for me as well. So I did put on some makeup so that I look presentable. So hopefully you guys don't get scared by this. So good morning, everyone. Just like dessert, we always leave the best for the last two. My name is Simon Liu, representing USA. I'm the COO of Lyric. Most businesses today treat cloud computing as a fixed cost, monopolized and unregulated. Lyric is a cloud infrastructure platform that will help our users scale their business globally on any cloud in minutes with cost comparison while assuring redundancy and availability. The cloud is a necessity, but made extremely complicated for any developer, let alone a non-technical business owner. Let's take a look at AWS, comprised of over 200 products and services, same with Microsoft and Google. Why do we need 200 products to bring your business into the cloud, and why does it need to be this difficult? Most businesses compromise and take in this barrier and vendor lock-in as a cost of running business. During my CEO 10 years of data center development, we have seen how it works and how challenging it is to deploy and scale a single application from one cloud to another. The big boys keep confusing our user with technical jargon and marketing lingo with a single goal, that you need to hire a large team of IT engineers to execute the cloud deployment. We, Lyric, make cloud easier and more accessible. We break down this problem by creating an interface that connects all these cloud vendors with Lyric and automate the global deployment. As a cloud platform, we utilize data, machine learning, and user policy to wrap, deploy, and execute the application seamlessly between any public cloud. All these are done automatically while providing our user with the tools, the insight, redundancy, and automation that were inaccessible for them before. We help them scale their business from an idea to global distribution in minutes, allowing them to focus on their creation and not the operation. Today, most people guess on the money that they need to throw into their cloud infrastructure to have a small impact on their user experience. We, Lyric, allow you to set the user experience 100 millisecond, 150 millisecond, and use the data to connect, abstract, aggregate all public cloud data center along with local provider that might be closest to your customer to liberate our user with option and performance accountability, allowing you to experience the lowest cost while meeting your operation requirement. Just out of stealth in June of this year, we closed this year with $483,000 in booking. And for 2022, we are projecting $2.4 million in total sales and currently have $1 million worth of engineering pipeline. We achieved 5 to 6x year-over-year growth and projecting the same growth for the next 4 years. Our customer understood the magnitude of this power and liberated with the newfound freedom while distributing application globally in record time with little to no cloud experience. Just like this Unicorn Cup, our customers are represented globally from USA, UK, and Southeast Asia. They love us and we love to talk more about them. Feel free to reach out to me after the presentation. Our business model has always been helping our user on their journey. From building that initial idea and taking them to global launch, we help them scale using the same technology that runs Lyric Cloud and keep expanding as they need with no changes to their code. Note that this is a process that usually takes months of planning, and Lyric simplify and automate this in minutes. As our customers sell their solution, we grow our revenue alongside with them from a range of 12K to 64K ARR based on their deployment requirement.
Okay, Simon, I'm sorry, but your time is up here.
No problem.
So thank you so much for your presentation. Yeah, unfortunately, we are limited for time. So,
no worry.
Dear judges, your questions Q&A session is open. Feel free to ask Simon any question. It's a great time to do it. So we have a little time, and yeah, I don't see anybody now. And the first question here from Jim Thomas, please, your question. Jim is.
Oh, you're muted, Jim.
Here, okay, maybe Jim lost connection. Bill is the next one. Jim, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I just wanted to ask if you talk a little bit more about your ideal clients from large to small.
So currently we have, this is our tree customer. P3ID is an IoT vertical. They write scanner software. We have Yokbit. PRB is one of our larger contract. It's one of our distributor that target the Malaysia government. In terms of variety, you can see right there, we have Facebook, Dobly. So we can support customer that have an idea, just kind of like, hey, I'm trying to find a home for my code. Should I go to Google or AWS? They come straight to us. Or someone like Facebook that have a fully deployed solution, but they can take out microservices that can help address global need with a real-time latency. They come to us for that solution.
Mm-hmm. Good. Thank you so much. Please, Bill, your question.
Yeah. So in terms of your value proposition here, is the value proposition that I don't need to reconfigure my apps for different clouds in different parts of the world, or is the value proposition that you optimize my compute spend by pushing me to the right cloud, depending upon my, the profile of tasks that are being required?
Excellent question, Bill.
Okay.
We are actually doing both. So the first one is, again, allowing you to not change your code, to have your code work in Chinese cloud or American cloud, vice versa. If you are a Chinese developer, to have your code work in your local origin and also going out. And also allowing you to set the user policy, as you might be aware of in EU, all your data need to be computed in an EU data center and have to be encrypted. Without you changing a single line of code, we can address all of that. At the same time, we also offer you the lowest cost. So imagine that if you're in Malaysia, why are you paying US dollar for your cloud compute when there's a regional local data center that can do that? So what Lyric does is we become a wholesaler. We buy up all this capacity under the region based on the demand, and we resell it to our user and put a margin on it. And even with that, we are still about 20-30% cheaper than AWS or Google.
Okay. All right. I got that. And then in terms of your competitors, so I've heard others that are trying to do this universal containerization idea. Is that what do you consider your competitors?
So Heroku was a very good example. They were purchased by Salesforce at $212 million at 2008, but they were using an older technology called container. We have now moved on. Now we have Kubernetes, we have serverless. So Lyric are positioned to be the next company to be either purchased or merged into this other larger organization that we have figured out how to use container to make your solution, Kubernetes, to make your solution work in any data center, including your own data center. And we also make it work natively. So instead of asking you to pre-deploy something in AWS, our platform actually make the code work natively in Amazon and Google. So the effectiveness and the efficiency is extremely high. Our latency going from cloud to cloud is less than 20 milliseconds.
So does that mean you have an SDK that I use to package up my app for your particular architecture, or do you do that for me, or what are you saying?
I do that for you. So basically you write your code into our platform at a non-cloud specific coding. So we support all these different language, Go, Java, Node.js, Python, C#, and we just make it work everywhere, including your own hardware. And if you're using your own hardware, we have an SDK that allow you to deploy it in there. Same thing with third-party data center. We have a double click and launch type of instant, and then we can make the load balancing work between third-party data center, public cloud, or even your own hardwares.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Simon. It was Startup Lyric. Yeah, the time is over for you. So, and we are going to the last but not least startup for today. Also, the choice of our sponsor, the second place of Latin American battle. Please welcome Gene.Pro.DX, Hernan Gonzalez. You're welcome. Hernan, please introduce yourself and you can start.
Thank you very much. My name is Hernan Gonzalez, founder, CEO of Gene.Pro.DX. We're a medtech company that we intend to change how patients are treated in cancer. Our first product is a test that was developed for thyroid cancer. In the routine work of patients with a thyroid nodule, they usually undergo a fine needle aspiration to look at the cells under microscope and be able to predict whether they are benign or not. The issue is that 20% of these patients have an undetermined result, and this results in that many of these patients undergo diagnostic surgery, given that they have a 25% risk of malignancy. This means that 3 out of 4 patients with this condition undergo unnecessary surgery and they're exposed to surgical risk, permanent hormonal supplementations for life, and they cost billions of dollars to the health systems around the world. So we've created a multi-analyte PCR genomic test based on AI and algorithm classifier that called ThyroPrint is able to predict with 95% certainty if a thyroid nodule is benign or not when the prior diagnosis is indeterminate. Basically, what we do is we reduce the unnecessary surgery by 70% and are able to reduce the cost for the health systems around the world by more than 30%. This has a very, very strong scientific background. We have 2 multi-center international independent clinical trials that have proven the validity of this test, and we have shown that it's able to, in real world data, to able to reduce surgeries in different countries around Latin America. The global market is about $2 billion, and we have recently signed a partnership with a transnational biotech company called Biocartis, which will allow us to put our test into a kit that will be deployed globally and be able to run the test in under 2 to 3 hours. To date, we have already been granted patents around the world in most of the important countries that are interested from the market point of view. We are financially break even with our services around Latin America. And we are running our last international trial in order to gain FDA clearance by mid-2023 in order to deploy our test globally. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Hernan. Thank you for your presentation. We open the Q&A. Please, your questions is wonderful time to ask. And Ella, your question will be first, please.
Yeah, so I probably get lost at one point. So are you only using your AI platform to analyze the data, or you also include a part to take sample from patients and also to do the genetic testing?
That's a great question. So first we do the genetic testing, and with the data that we obtain from the PCR analysis, that data is fed into the AI algorithm, and it produces a composite score that in the receiver operating curve is able to divide. We put off a cutoff line where it calls the sample benign or malignant. Does that answer your question?
So basically, are you coupled? For instance, there are also other lab or other startup company that are also doing genetic testing on thyroid cancer. So are you helping them to analyze the data using your algorithm?
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. So for the clinical trial, they run the test in the cartridge, and then in a centralized system we run the classifier in an independent cloud-based system in order to make sure that there's no bias in the study. For routine testing in the future, the platform that runs the test will have the algorithm incorporated into its software. So each laboratory that uses the test will be able to run it independently and not depend on a cloud-based system, but rather on the console that is used to process the data.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's fine.
Yeah, you're welcome to ask more, because we still
because like the pinpoint to my knowledge is not really about to increase the accuracy when you analyze the data, but it's really what a gene are you analyzing, and when you do this like a biopsy, the sensitivity, specificity, and also accuracy of the step. So I don't really know how much like the market need of the product here. So can you help me to understand?
Yeah, sure. So for this and many other cancers, clearly individual biomarkers have never been able to show the sensitivity, specificity to provide clinically useful data to make decisions. And therefore, more and more these tests are being built on based on multiple biomarkers or genetic markers and the data by itself is not enough, even if you use multiple analytes to provide a clinically useful response. And therefore the AI component this is why these are called multi-analyte algorithm assays, which are growing very much, because the AI component is what finally puts together sort of puts together data in order to create the predictive model based on multiple analytes, given the variability of cancer. And so if you look in the market, all tests that are really clinically useful use multiple analytes and algorithms in order to, in conjunction, be able to provide clinically useful answers.
Great.
Thank you, Hernan, so much. Julia, that was our last startup. Oh my God. This season already had run to its end. Dear judges, please use this opportunity to vote for your favorite startups. Of course, you are the best ones. You are very experienced judges, so please let the best one win. You have 40 seconds to finish voting. You can change your votes. You have heard the startups at the first batch or the second batch. Some of them changed their hairdo, some of them didn't, but did they save them? I don't know. We will talk after this. We will talk a little bit with our official judges while our girls will be closing the votes and publishing the results. And then we will have winner announcing ceremony. We'll do it new way. I hope you will like it because it's very important. Unicorn Cup Finals brings only the best ones to the top because all our winners are really, really successful right now. Some of them, okay, I will not tell you how great are some of them. You will be one of them.
Wow, bravo. Congratulations to all the participants. It's such a great presentation. Thank you, Anna, Alex, and Julia for organizing such a wonderful event, always.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly, so much. We will talk. Yes, dear official judges, please put on your camera so I can talk to you in a little while. Okay, girls, please close the votes in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, last chance. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Votes are closed. Let's talk to official judges. Kelly.
Yes,
what do you think of these finals? Did really like the best startup speech from all over the
Wow,
world?
this is a really difficult choices. So I made a lot of notes. So based on my notes and previous notes, so my first choice goes to Sincel from Mexico, which provide e-signature, thus notarized as an NFT with blockchain. So based on their solid business model and based on our own resources, I think we have more potential business opportunities to help them to facilitate their business.
Wonderful. Sincel, do you hear that? Okay, you have contacts.
Oh, I already talked to several of them, so we'll see how it goes.
Wonderful.
Another choice goes to AS2 Systems from UAE. So we already get in touch with each other, and let's see how it goes. And I have another one, which is Uplift from California, USA. So we do have some resources to help them to grow faster. So let's see how it goes. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Kelly, so much. We heard your choice of your 3 favorites. Okay, Aldo, who are your favorites and why? Please unmute.
Yes. Hi. Well, I am technology agnostic, but we are more oriented to technology, and here in South America we are investing in, for example, GlobalSat is a satellite network. So the AS2 system is a company who I am very interested. And please, it doesn't mean that the others are have a lower score. No. You ask for which one is
your favorite.
The one
from
your favorite, no?
Peru, yes.
Also, when we talk about crypto and lending, banks is also one of, I think, have a lot of potential, because this is going to grow the crypto environment, crypto technology, decentralized applications. It's we are just starting, and as he mentioned, as Sean mentioned, that will replace the actual financial system for sure. And the third one is complicated, but Lyft is also one of my favorites.
Wonderful. Thank you, Aldo, so much. Okay, we are going to California. Marisa, what do you think?
Okay, my favorite was banks, because I'm very interested in DeFi, and that is the future. Then I liked Uplift, because that is an unmet need, and they have a very good product there. And then what was the third one? Tankerwalla. Because water delivery and water quality are big problems all over the world.
Absolutely, very, very interesting. Okay, from California, we're moving to Florida. Jim Thomas, what do you think from your perspective? Who will win today?
Great competition today. Yeah, with an aging society and knowing the challenges that assisted living is having these days, I'm a huge fan of Uplift technology. Of the market, an eventual globally addressable technology, and assist. I'm too familiar with the cost and the lack of deliverability from our assisted living facilities these days. And like I said, as the population ages, I really think we're going to have to address that as people especially want to stay at home. Even if you have 20% care, a 5'2" 20-pound woman is not going to be able to help a 250 or 300-pound man. So I think we need to get technology into that, and I just like where they're jumping off. So my vote's for Uplift.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Ella, Dr. Ella, what can you tell us? Did you find any favorite startups that you put fives to?
Yes, I will first tell you my second favorite one is Block Arrow. So I really think this there's a big potential of the use of blockchain in this aviation industry, and also the fact that they can really pull or build a connection with the Chinese market. That is also something. But also I have a concern that aviation is not really advanced in this development of all this decentralized network by blockchain yet, and also they have this regulation issue to deal with. And my favorite one is still Uplift this time. The market potential is huge, and the current players are either incapable to leave the patients with such big weight limit, or they are not really complete automatic, where they need help from other caregivers. And Uplift are in the stage to conquer all these challenges, and they do have their patent and also love their teams with really deep domain knowledge, and they certainly are really good at presenting their company and also their products. So I'm very impressed.
Thank you so much, Ella, for sharing that. We will know in a little while who the winner is. Alexander, I would like to talk to you. We have heard from our Asian, European, African judges, their judgment towards who were the favorite, little bit different from this judges board. Did you change your mind, or you stayed with your favorites? You didn't tell us at the first session who you like the most. You can do it right now because the votes are closed. I'm really curious to know.
Okay, and really, as I said in the first section, everybody today is the winner because it's a final, and every startup already won the regional competition. And so I like all startups, but as official judge, I need to choose several startups. It's really a tough decision, but still today, not like last couple finals. You remember probably I voted for biotech.
Yep.
This time I decided, okay, I saw some really interesting blockchain startups, and yes, I decided to put the best mark to the startup which solve really large problems, and this is Sincel. They have, as for me, really interesting solution, innovative solution. Banks, and the third one is, let me just see my votes. Okay, Let It. As for me, they have a really trying to solve really large problem in the market.
Wonderful. Thank you, Alexander. Marcelo, can you come back to us? I just saw you. I would like to know how does it look from the Boston perspective of you? Did you like this selection of startups this World Cup?
Yeah, first of all, please don't ask which is your favorite. It's complicated to do that.
I have to do this.
No, don't put on this situation. But
okay.
All of them are awesome. But, you know, here in Boston, it's all about biotech all the time. So those two companies, Uplift and GDPro, I have this particular preference. Uplift because of this whole... not, I would say social impact, but it's a kind of social impact and healthcare impact. It's amazing. I have some questions about the business model that we definitely can improve that, but it's amazing product. And Genie Pro, it's something that we have to go deeply to understand better how can we scale the company. But both of them are which I prefer here.
Thank you, Marcelo, so much. So, are you ready to know who the winner is?
Yes, I'm...
Okay. Me too. Let's do this. Do you hear the music? Do you? Do you hear the music? Okay. That means we will, in a little while, know who the winner is. Okay, the third place at the Unicorn Cup Fall World Finals goes to Banks Group. Congratulations.
Congratulations again.
Second place. Goes to Wonderful Uplift. And the winner of the Unicorn Cup World Finals, the one and only Lyrit. You did your hairdo to be a winner. Congratulations. Congratulations. I have, hold on a second. I'll show you some little, yeah, Lyrit, you can say something.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot. Again, I see a lot of good startup that Unicorn Cup have selected, and I'm very surprised. I thought that would be number 3. I was really counting on it, and I didn't see myself. I was like, oh no, I didn't even make it to the top 3. Really, thank you for all the judges. It is a very complicated topic that not a lot of people could understand, but you guys put in the patience and really ask a lot of good questions, and I'm really honored and really appreciate that the time that you guys have put in throughout different regions and including the final as well. Thank you so much. I'm very humble. Thank you.
Thank you, and this is for you. And besides that, you will have a special invitation from our VC only meetup, and also the attention of our judges. And as Alexander said, everyone is the winner today, because guys, you have made it long way, all the way to the world finals. You had seen by the top investors from all over the world. How far can you get? So you are potential unicorns. We all believe in you. We always welcome back. If you are fundraising, always remember to get in touch with us. Dear judges, if you invested, also please get in touch with us, because we would like to be in a company with you. And that's about it. If somebody would like to say something regarding the, I'm encouraging our expert board. I see you guys are with us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, get it.
Yes. Yeah, no, you've done a really great job. All of them. I mean, it's incredible how the level of the startups has dramatically increased over the last year. And, and congratulations to all of you, because you're all winners. The key is it's all about execution now and getting stuff done. And you've got a great team here at Unicorn.Events and Startup Network to be able to help you to move forward. So congratulations to each and every one of you, Keith, Simon, all of you, for doing a great job. It's amazing to see these companies uplift, know that problem. My father went through it. So go out there and get them and never look back and move forward. It's a great time. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. I see Tom wants to say something. Hi, Tom.
Wow. I want to say something.
Yes.
Can someone hear me?
Yes, Ronald, can you hold on a second, because Tom is talking?
Okay.
First of all, I've already typed in that I want to thank the entire community. It's interesting, my top 3 were the same top 3 as the judges. No, sorry. 2 of the 3. My top 2 were the top 2. And I think that the reason they're in the top 2 is not only that they solve a big problem, because all of these teams solve a big problem, but in terms of the social impact of helping, the patients, the families, and really the world, I have to take hats off to the first and second place, especially. So
thank
thanks.
you. Thank you, Tom, for being with us. Thank you so much. Yes, Ronald, now it's your turn. Ronald, we don't see you.
Thank you so much, Anna. And I am so happy all the way from Uganda. It is so amazing. And I was so thrilled to show these very brilliant startups. on this day. Thank you so much, all the participants of today. I am really, really so happy. And for the organizers of the Unicorn, I am so grateful for you. And keep the spirit of doing this. It will push so much and so many ahead. Thank you so much. For our winner, congratulations. And everyone who is the winner really, who have participated today. I have to tell you, you are all winners. And I know you are doing the best and you continue doing the best. The people who have clearly observed and heard from you, I have a thinking, they have a lot ringing in their minds on how you have come up with such brilliant ideas. It is so powerful, and I am grateful for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ronald, so much for this wonderful feedback. Alexander, yes, I see your hand. Go ahead. Please unmute yourself.
Okay, sorry. I just think maybe it's not fair voting because, you know, Simon from Lyrit had the best haircut today. And so maybe it influenced the judge's voting in some way.
You're professionals. How can you be influenced with?
So Anna, you're muted, Anna.
Yes, I see. I said, how you're professional. How can you be influenced by a haircut? You didn't see my new hairdo, so why would you care about Simon's? But yeah, but everybody like the Simon's look. Maybe yes, there is something into it. The way you pitch is also it's an art, right? To pitch the right way, it's also a talent. And
it took me a while trying to figure out Simon's hair. Is that just like the virtual effect, or is it like a real haircut?
Yeah,
Simon, we are all curious. Please tell us. There it is. Oh my God, you have to teach me this. Okay.
We are moving to metaverse, so it's okay. Yeah.
Yes, everybody can
use any image.
Yeah, that was cool. Thank you, Alexander. Aldo, yes, go ahead. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, briefly, we are having a great time here, and it's really like a peel of optimism that we can change things, and there is always room to create. And the impact that we may have is not just the revenue or the company, as you mentioned, social community. And the only thing I am missing is the gala dinner and the drinks.
We do. How's it in Peru? Is everyone can go outside and have drinks? We can come to Peru maybe next time if it's not on lockdown. Okay, everyone is invited to Peru. Aldo said.
I invite.
Okay, great. It's on record. Valet, yes, hi.
Hi, this is Walid from Intuitive Venture. First, congratulations to the winner. I think everybody today is the winner. We've seen a very good quality startups, in this round. And congratulations to the winners, Lyrid, Banks, and Uplift. And a special thought for Uplift regarding enabling people who are less mobile. This is a very great invention. Wish you all the best, and for the rest, congratulations to everybody. And you're welcome to come. Dubai is open right now for everybody. It's very much happening. Anybody come by, just give us a text or a call, and we're happy to meet. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, guys. We have 2 spots now to go where we can go right now. I love it. I just love it. Thank you so much for being generous. If anyone would like to speak up, we have a couple more minutes to go.
And what about next season? You did not tell us.
I did tell you at the presentation, next season will be industry season. And of course, everyone is invited because I know you guys, judges, you love industries. You were asking us to do industry battles and we will do it next season. Winter will be dedicated to industries. We will scan the whole world, searching for the startups that are keen on AI, health tech, biotech, fintech, gaming, and entertainment. So if you know the startups that are good enough to pitch, to give a really great pitch at Unicorn Battles, send them our way and we will see what happens, who will win our next Unicorn Cup finals. And I guess that is it. I'm sorry to say that the season is over. We know who the winner is. We are rounding up our world finals. Love you deeply. Thank you all for dedicating your time. See you next season. Keep in touch. See you offline. Bye-bye, my old dear.
Thank you, Anna. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Anna.
Thank you.
Thank you for great organization. Yeah. Thank you, Alexander.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Jim.
Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Great to be partners. Yeah. Bye.
Yes.
Thank
You're
you,
wonderful
Anna.
partners.
Thank you, Julia.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you. Congratulations. You did great.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye-bye. Keep in touch.